Hi all, welcome back to more Europa Universalis. This is the ambitious Margrave, the solo scenario. This is my part 4. So we're still ticking along. Um, okay, so yeah, I finished part 3 actually earlier today. I have uploaded the videos. Now, I hadn't had too many comments. I mean, okay, they're not being out there out and about too much, but I decided to take the plunge and put them on BGG because I figure maybe mostly people that have watched my channel are more into war games, and although this has got a bit of that in it, it's a different game, isn't it? It's just I'm worried about getting things wrong. I want to be told, you know, what's what. And I'm also not, I find it difficult to understand a lot of the things. Although I was just I was just watching back apart in part 3 there, where I was trying to say that I think I eventually get you there, but I was trying to say, well, this is the same colour as this, and they're hungry, and is that hungry? And it says there's nothing to really tell you, and there's this big Croatia and Bosnia, right in the middle there, which is you're going to get some dumb stuff coming out from me. But I want to understand the game, and I want to, because it does look an enjoyable game, just quite challenging. Um, Different to what I'm used to, maybe, and maybe that's why I'm finding it a bit harder, but uh, yeah, anyway. So, yeah, one thing I forgot to actually do when we finished up, which I realised, was move the next event over, which is quite relevant, because Denmark went and took that event. We're going to move this along. Well, whether we need to move it along or not, we're going to reveal this anyway to see what it is. Okay, so that is. Is that our one? It is, isn't it? Yeah, that's our. That's our. So there you go. That was just as well. We didn't sort of rush in and take one of the other events. So that's our event. And that's quite timely because it's our turn right now. Ooh, that's good then. So, the Fate of Newmark. Right, I'm just noticing these have got an X in the corner there. That's got a 1. Not sure what that is. Right, let's see. Let's see if we can find the anatomy of an event card. We came across an anatomy of an action card earlier, so my guess is that's maybe in there as well. Yeah, there is indeed the anatomy of an event card down here. I'm realising I do have quite a lot of space down here now since I moved the French markers away, so maybe I might show a little bit. So it's pointing to that X, which 2 of the events have. The one that we've just drawn does not. Sort order indicator goes in the first half of the age deck, and 2. Oh, if it's a 1, it goes in the first half of the age deck, and a 2, it would go in the second half. X can go in either half of the age deck. Right, so that one is, the Fate of Newmark is a 1, and obviously the one we just played would have been a 1 as well, wouldn't it? Let me just double check that. Yeah, it was. I didn't notice the 1 before. I didn't really know what that was. The Hungarian throwing one. So that's what that is. Yeah, and we kind of went through everything else anyway, Event illustration, event description, you've got an A and a B option, card title, leader stuff down the bottom. Yeah. Oh, if we play him, I think we've got to take the leader, but he's better, isn't he? He's much better. Right, okay. Well, I think in all honesty, revealing that now is decided what I'm going to do, because it is our turn. So, let's just look at it. Like I said, there's a leader. And now he's a square as well, so he's going to replacing the plus sign. But the only thing that's going to take damage this turn is a triangle. The only thing that's going to be hit by an ill health, these are ill health tokens, is triangle. And we don't have any triangles, so that's kind of good. And like I say, our leader at the moment is 2-2-1, 2-2-1, and this is 1-3-3. So slightly better. He also has, I know he had a white dice as well, but I think it's risky using these guys because you can use them going into battle as your general, I think, but there's risks then that they could die. And then that would be bad. Right, so the fate of Newmark. A. Pawning of Newmark. Brandenburg may pay 1 diplomatic power. We do have 1, so that's okay. And 5 ducats to develop Berlin from a small town into a large town. Nice. And gain 1 prestige and 2 influence in Prussia. And then again the diplomatic power back anyway. So you'll have to have that to do it. So that's really good. Gaining a prestige as well. 2 influence in Prussia. Well, that's where we were looking, wasn't it? To see if we could... But we need turning this from a small town into a large town is going to help with our tax income, I would hope. So... this is good. Yeah, and then when you take an event, if it's your own, you've got to replace the leader, I think. Now, let me just... and I think if somebody else plays your card, you have the option of taking it as a leader. However, remember the bots don't bother with leaders, so that's fine. Right, hang on, let me find what I'm looking for. Yeah, here. It's not in the section I was looking at first. I was scratching my head for a bit. So this is under basic actions, generic actions, and the event, which is a mandatory thing that everybody's got to do. And so yeah, I mean, looking through it, select the face-up event from the event display, collect any ducats that are on it, move your round. Yeah, this is something I've realised I hadn't done with Denmark. Move your round status marker to the event taken space. So I'm going to have to go and do that before we carry on. Then we would place 2 ducats from the general supply on any remaining face-up events. Again, I was a little unsure if it's 2 ducats on each card. That's what I went for. But if somebody knows otherwise, let me know. Then we play the event, resolve its effect. If the event offers a choice, you choose only 1. Resolve any symbols at the bottom of the event from left to right. And then here's the bit that I was looking for. If the event is associated with your own realm, you must replace your current ruler with any ruler on this card. If the event is associated with another realm, that player must choose whether or not to appoint the ruler on this card. If you're the last player to take the event action this round, and there still are unpicked events remaining, you resolve the bottom row of symbols on that event using the auto resolution rules. The event text itself on the unpicked event does not take effect. However, if it has a historical ruler on it, the player associated with that event may pay 2 administration power to appoint the ruler on the card. Okay. Okay, turn over a face down event if any remain. Yeah, that's the bit that I forgot to do as well, and that's why we're suddenly seeing all this. Okay, so interesting that bit. Where there it says that if the event is associated with another realm, that player must choose whether or not to appoint the ruler on this card. However, if it's the last card and it's not being touched, and it's got a historical ruler on it, the player associated with that event may pay 2 administrative power to appoint the ruler on the card. Okay. Right, okay, well, let's fix a couple of things. Right, so just stretching away up the top there. Denmark, so they took their event first. No, that doesn't mean that they're going to become... It's when they pass that is when they become first. So they've taken an event. So yeah, well, it's my turn, and I'm going to take an event. So while you're there, then Grant, I'm going to take the event because I don't want to take the risk in leaving it there, and then the Austrians, well, the Danes can't take it, but the Austrians could. And in fact, I think they will. Well, no, it depends what they roll in the dice, but I'm not going to take that chance. Yeah, so I'm going to select a face-up event. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to place... Well, we're just going to stick with this. And hopefully somebody will let me know. Right, hang on. Right, sorry, I interrupted there. Oops. So yeah, so I'm going to stick with the 2 ducats per card. So thing is, they're just going to get bot power for it. No, I don't think they get. Did they get the whole? Would they get 4 bot power? Maybe they would. Okay, right. So we're going to play the event. So that's that done. And now the Austrians just need to draw an event, and then one of these events will go away. But remember, there is stuff down the bottom to resolve here. There's nothing down the bottom of my card because we've got a card with a leader on it, so that'll not come to anything. So we have the Fate of Newmark. And we're clearly going to pick A. What was B anyway? The offer is rejected. Brandenburg loses 2 prestige, but gains a claim in Prussia, and then whoever played it would gain 1 military power. Okay, so clearly the other option is far better for us. So, A, pawning of Newmark. Brandenburg may pay 1 diplomatic power, which I will, but Grant, you don't need to keep coming down here again, because it's... Although it doesn't take awful long, it takes long enough for me to just tell you that I've got 1 diplomatic power, I'm now spent it, and that's it, gone, right? So that's me out of diplomatic power, which... That's a shame of this, because I think if anything, if I was going to do any other action next turn, it might be a diplomatic one. But, well, we've still not done the, what is it? National focus, and we could move this into here and one of them into there, and you could have 2, so you've still got that option. Okay, we've spent that, oh, right, and 5 ducats, right. Well, I'm not going to come down and show you me taking 5 ducats away. I had 20, I've now got 15 ducats. So I'm spending the 5. To develop Berlin from a small town into a large town, right. I'll just finish this off before we go and do this. Gain 1 prestige and then 2 influence in Prussia. And then again, oh, I forget I'm gaining it back, yeah. I said that already. So while I'm up here, we'll gain 2 influence in Prussia. So that's just got 3 in there now. Which is good for getting the alliance going, I think. Oh, right, you know what, I'm going to have to look at it again. It doesn't help, that bit doesn't help with the whole... The subjugate needs us to have a tax income double theirs. And they've got 3, so we need a tax income of 6. Unless we've got a royal marriage, which reduces it, well, it reduces it quite a bit. It means it doesn't 2 times, we just need greater than, don't we? Just looking across, it just needs to be greater than. So if they've got 3, we just need 4 with a marriage, which, you know what, this we might be on for now. Maybe we'll see. Okay, so I've put them in. I know I'm doing it a bit back to front, but it's just while I'm waiting here. And then we're going to put the large... Well, hang on now. Yeah, that's fine. On Berlin, so I'm going to take the large city, and I'm going to put that in Berlin. I'm just going to have a wee comparison, though, about what we've gained there. So I'll leave the small town. I won't put the small town back just yet. And so that's that. And then I've got 1 prestige to get, and I've got to gain 1 diplomatic power back. Well, I'll just take my diplomatic power back, so I've got 1 diplomatic power, and we're going to gain 1 prestige. So we're up to 4. We're storming ahead. Denmark haven't started. Austria are on -2, remember, and we're on 4. Not that that's suggesting that we're anywhere near. That doesn't mean to say we're winning. I don't think. Well, I suppose it does. So you get 1 prestige, 2, and again 1 thing like that. Right. Okay. So I've done that. Okay. So let's have a look. So remember, let's ignore that just now. So we were sitting at 3 income and 2 manpower, right? So now we've exposed this and we cover that back up, unfortunately. So 3 income and 2 manpower. We've now got 4 income, which is what we need with the royal marriage, and we've got still only got 2 manpower. Yeah, because that jumps up from 1 to 2. Okay, so it's still got 2 manpower, but we have got 4 income, which is going to be greater than Prussia's income. So if we can get the royal marriage and alliance in there, well, my understanding is a royal marriage has got to come from a card as well. So, but maybe we could put the alliance in there, maybe we could grab that subjugate card, just, well, do you need to grab it in the now, Grant? Not really. Okay, and then finally, for the event, we're going to place our leader, our new leader. Right, I'm going to have to, I can probably do that. So he's coming away. Frederick II is going to be replaced by John II Cicero, or John Cicero II, probably. Okay, let's say, and he's a square for that. It's the triangle we don't want this turn, but next turn that might be, something else might happen. Anyway, so he's better stats anyway. Okay, so I think that's our turn. Right, sorry, phone call. Right, that's us had our event. We've got a new ruler, and that's us had an action. I'm just wondering again about this. And in an area adjacent to any of your core provinces, which Prussia is, own 2+ provinces, and there's 2 in there that are not among your core provinces. Effects gain 2 military or a claim adjacent to your realm. But that's us. We've got to own them, which means we've got to create an alliance. And, well, the only way I can really see it doing it sometime soon is have a royal marriage in there as well, and then subjugate in there. So it's like the alliance we can do without a card. The other 2 things we need cards for. It's all a bit, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to rush things. Maybe these things all take time. Yeah. Right, let's press on with... now, so that's 2 players taking events. So there's only 1 more event to be taken. I got my diplomatic power back. Right, okay. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to have a look at, was my action card. So let's just, let's just have a glance. I know it's not my turn, but and remember, if I want that subjugate card, I've got to discard at least 2 cards to get it. So don't think I was as fussed about this card, because we're not having a army, and this one I don't think I was bothered about either. But it could be useful, but we need one of the bots to do it. So I dare say there's 2 cards that we could discard. Harbour Refugees. Yeah, I think this was quite nice. Appoint an advisor from the top 5 discards of any action deck at no additional cost, and or discard an action card to draw a new action card of any type. Yeah, I like that card. There is a couple of advisors in there actually, but given +1 to administrative, or +1 to, well, that's the subjugate card. I think you would kind of want that card. So I could see myself changing my national focus, discarding these 2 and getting that subjugate card, maybe something like that. Yeah, I think so. So that's a possible next turn move. And then that would set... Now, why did we want diplomatic power again? What was the reason for that? Remember I said I've only got one diplomatic power. There was a reason for that, wasn't there? Was it something that I wanted to do? Oh God, I can't remember. I wanted to say I wanted 3 diplomatic power, didn't I? Oh, well, I'm sure it'll come back to me. Right, okay. Let's push on. So it's going to be Austria's turn. They're bot number 1. Well, yeah, they're not necessarily going to jump out and take a card, Grant, but I think they are. But we should just double check. Yeah, so quick rundown. And I remember when that is kind of relevant. When I was going through that the first time, I missed out the second part of this. So it's either if they've got no bot power left, or, which I forgot and didn't read, they got carried away and moved on, or, well, it wasn't the end of the action phase triggered anyway, but I should make a point of reading this, or the end of the action phase is triggered. Now that happens when... Does that happen when the third event is when the last event is taken? Okay, there it's there, page 8. And the sequence of play, just trigger end the action phase when there are no more players eligible to receive ducats for passing. Okay. So, right. When there are no more players eligible to receive ducats for passing, each remaining player gets to take one more action of their choice. For each player who has taken an event at this point, this is their final turn. After this, if any players have still not taken an event in this round, those players must take one final turn to perform their event action. Once the player has taken their final turn, they're considered to have passed, right? Not quite sure I'm absorbing all that. Well, this is about passing. So, number of players, we've got 3 players in the game. So, the first player to pass is going to get 5 ducats. So, that's quite tasty. That's quite nice to think about. The second player to pass is going to get 2 ducats. So, once the second player passes, we've got one more player left. That's when it's going to trigger, isn't it? When there are no more players eligible to receive ducats for passing, each remaining player gets to take one more action of their choice. Of course, I suppose you could have more players. Yeah, but when we pass, we can't carry out any more actions. Well, actually, that's not true. I think you can take the... what do they call it? Is it minor actions? Yeah, minor actions. Because they don't take a turn. So I want to say that you can still take them. They are take, repay, a loan, appoint advisor / leader, call to arms, replenish manpower, cut ties. I want to say you can still take them when you're past, but I'll come back to that. So anyway, let's just say me and Denmark pass. Then each remaining player, which will be Austria, gets to take one more action of their choice. Well, it says of their choice, but they've not taken their event yet. For each player who has taken an event at this point, this is their final turn. Okay, so Austria would get to take another normal action. Now, he could draw over the bot card and it could be take event anyway, but he could take one more normal action. Then, after this, if any players have still not taken an event this round, those players must take one final turn to perform the event action. Okay, I've got it. But interesting to see that 5 ducats for passing first. That's kind of huge. So, okay. Yeah, so that was the other condition for the bot to get here. For instance, yeah, if we had both passed, then the end the action phase the end of the action phase is triggered. So it would come here, has picked event. Well, no, hold on. Actually, no, that's the way I was reading that. He's still... Oh, that wasn't good. I just scattered things. We were on 4 points. I think Austria were on -2. I think you can tell what's happened. I think it was 4 we were on. Yeah, we gained 3 to start with, 2 plus the 1, and then we gained another 1. I think we're on 4. Yeah, that's the one annoying thing about that down there. Or all this area would be great. I'd have loads of space. I mean, I maybe could track this some other way. It's just a simple case of, you know, I could probably have a couple of red dice, couple of white dice, couple of blue dice, and just track them off board somewhere. You know, up in this area here, or you know, just up here somewhere, just to track the prestige. Anyway, we'll leave it now. If it gets annoying, then it isn't a bit that's just in the way. Yeah, what it was, because I don't. If we had both passed right now, and this is Austria, I don't think that the end of the action phase is triggered. Right, what page was that there? Clean up, right, it's here somewhere. No, I'm lost now. End of... No, phase 4. Must be in here somewhere. There it is. Triggering end of action phase. When there are no more players eligible to receive ducats for passing. I'm not sure if that... When there are no more players eligible to receive ducats for passing, does that then trigger the end of the action phase? Because if it does, then we would look here, and then he's not picked an event, so he would go and pick the event. Which seems to be... Because the way I'm reading that... that he could take one more turn and then have to pick the event. It seems a bit of a shame that it triggers there for the bot. Where he could say, right, it's not triggered yet, go through that, and then the next time it comes down, well, I suppose if it's already triggered, maybe, yeah. I don't know. It's another one of them ones that I'm a little unclear on, but there's going to be a lot of them, yeah, I mean, I think that's why it makes more sense to putting my videos out on BGG, where more people might watch them. They might watch the first one and realise, oh my god, this guy's too intense, it's too much, and not come back and watch the other ones. But you never know, we might get... There's definitely a lot of fans of this game, you know, so that can encourage people to persevere. Okay, so where are we? Right, so that's not the case. No, they're not under attack. The army's not on the map. There are no issues with... There's no got any colonists. Their power is... they've got 7 left and they've got 2 spent, so no. Do you have bot cards left? Yeah, so I'm going to draw a bot card, spend the power, and maybe discard a card. Okay, so bot 1, draw a card. Right. Unrest, and then it's underlined focus / and then in brackets POL for politics. So I think this is one of the cards that's not going to be discarded. Well, if we use it for the focus, I think. So let's have a look. First of all, the top action it's wanting to try and do is unrest. Either way, it's going to do this, though, isn't it? Yes. So if it doesn't do unrest, it'll do the focus. So it's going to cost 1 bot power, and we're going to discard a diplomatic card again. Yeah, and again, I'm not going to keep coming across here, but I'm doing it for now. So they spend 1 bot power and discard a diplomatic card. That's another subjugate. Well, okay. I was going to say it'd be nice if it was a royal marriage, but okay, so another subjugate card there. That's maybe not a bad thing though, because I did I not say that I need 1 to do the vassalizing, and then 1 to then do the annexing. So I think I would need both of them to do that. Is there other ways of doing that? Well, apart from, I know, yeah, you could go into war, but do you have to do it through the cards? Is what I mean. For a royal marriage, or to do any kind of annexing without war, I mean, does it have to be a card that does it? Does it have to be one of the action cards? It seems to be that is the case. Right, okay, so we've got unrest on the card first, the action first, right? Which I don't think this will do anything. So unrest. Does the realm own any provinces with unrest? No. Right, unrest is... Well, let's just have a look. But all their cities on the back of these, they've got a wee unrest symbol. We're going to see them in the future. But at the moment, everything's happy in the Austrian Empire. And there's no unrest. So no takes us down to here. So has... Yeah, this is one of the only one question I went and asked was regarding these, what are they? The cores, aren't they? So has less than 2 core, I want to say that's cores, or am I got that wrong? Let's see, heart, core token. So has less than 2 core tokens in play and can place a core. Right, I got totally confused by all this. Okay, but remembering back to some video footage, hang on, that rings a bell, hang on. So I think what that means is, see Vienna here, this is a core province, capital. It's got our emblem, our flag, so I'm saying our. But that's who I'm playing at the moment. I'm playing the Austrians. We are the Austrians, right? So is Ostrich there. So is that one. So is that one. So is that one. So these are all core. So is that one. Right, what about this one? Yes. And then finally, it is as well. So all their provinces are core. Yeah, it's the Danes that I've got. It's the Danes that control. Is it these 2 here? Yeah. See these 2 here? I mean, the Danes flag is that, right? Zoom in a little bit because it's kind of small. That's the Danes flag, but you can see that the Danes control these 2, and you can see their flag is a little... I don't know if that's anything to do with... It means it's not a core province for them. I don't know what effect that has, to be honest. Again, something maybe I'll learn more about as I go on. Anyway, so, but for the Austrians, the question was, have they got less than 2 core tokens in play? Well, they do, but can they place a core? No, I don't think they can. I think if it was Denmark there, they could place 2 core tokens there. Let me just have a look though. Okay, here's a wee sort of explanation that's in the rule book. I'm not showing this to sort of like show people what it is. I need to read this myself. That's all. That's part of the reason my videos are that long, I suppose. I did say I was going to pause a lot more. I could pause and read this myself, I suppose. Maybe some would prefer that. I don't know. But I'm doing it this way anyway. So at some point it's core provinces. All provinces on the map board that have a realms flag on it are considered cores of that realm. This applies no matter who currently owns that province, but it is superseded by any what the heck's that again? Superseded by any these icons. The second is core token. DMPR, right. So, but superseded by any DMPR on the province or core token placed in its area, see below. A province which is a core province of its owner cannot be liberated. Yeah, see, I'm reading this and I'm just, I struggle with this. Cannot be liberated to form or join another realm. Any rebellion assigned to a province which is not its owner's core province will cause it to join the realm whose core province it is. Right, I'm just going to move on and read this a little bit. Core tokens, which is what we're looking to see, can we place any core tokens? So to place a core token, a player realm needs to own all the provinces in the target area and use the integrate area action. Remember, this is a bot doing it, so it doesn't need the integrate area action on a development card. It's just the bot. It does things. That's why. Doing so displaces any DMPR or other core that are already in the same area. A core token cannot be placed in an area where all provinces are already player realms. Core provinces, sometimes core tokens may be placed via mission reward. All provinces in an area where a player realm has placed a core token are considered core provinces of that player realm and no other realm. Each core token in play counts as a I was going to say claim there, but I don't think that's what that is it? That is claim, right. Each score token in play counts as a claim in its area and is worth 1 prestige during final scoring. Right. I don't really grasp a lot of that, I have to say. And looking back here at Denmark's ones, you can see that the flag that's there, and then there's the wee Denmark flag. Yeah, I'm not quite. I mean, Denmark clearly control that, but it's not their core. So I mean, whether they come, I think these are vulnerable to something, because they're not core provinces like that one is. So I think Denmark, however, can put core tokens in there to make it like that. But then the fact that their towns are over there, I don't know. I'm a bit confused by all this core stuff. So I'm going to just move on though, because in my view, the Austrians do not have the ability to place any core tokens. Because, like I say, I think if it was Denmark, yes, but they don't. So we're going to move on and say that that's the answer. Right, so no to that. So, does it owns all provinces in eligible area with higher total tax value than any current core area? Owns all provinces in eligible area with higher total tax value than any current core token area. Oh, right. I think I'm right in thinking that if there's any areas that have got core tokens in it, we would maybe consider this. But because this says has less than 2 core tokens in play and can place a core token, So it could have 3 core tokens in play. So that would be a no. So I think that's why we come to here and we check the core tokens that are in the area. So I want to say this is a no as well. And I just want to get past that bit because I'm struggling there. If somebody wants to explain that in a sort of way that you sound that I might be able to understand, simple terms, that would be good. So perform second action on card instead. Right, I'm better with that. We're moving on. Right, so the second action on the card is focus, and it's got focus politics. So the focus action is just down here. So focus. Is there any cubes? That's just cubes, that one. It's not influence or anything like that. In any focus area already. We'll know, but I'll go and show you. So there's the Austrian player map. This is a focus area here. They've got economic, expansion, politics, which is the one that we've got on this card, and warfare. So just looking back down at the flow chart, rather than bring it back down, it says place the bot power spent in the focus area named on the card. So you know how we spent a bot power for the card, and I said, well, we're going to have to spend that anyway. Yeah, fair enough. If we had spent it for the unrest action, it would go into the spent pile. However, it doesn't go into the spent pile with the focus action. We take it from the available and we put it into there because it was politics on the card. So it says place the bot power spent in the focus area named on the card, politics. Okay, good. And then it takes us to a black arrow which goes along and it says, yeah, well, we can come back down actually. So that was the bit that I just done. Place the bot power spent in the focus area named on the card. And then along here it says put aside the bot card. It is not reshuffled in this age, and then end turn. So that's why I wanted an area just to put something above there. So that won't get shuffled back in. However, this will, and that will not come back in until the second age. And in fact, the bot deck might change about a little. Okay, that's Austria bot's turn finished. Right, I've got to take a little break. I'm at 42 minutes there though, so I'll maybe just pause and charge a little bit, and hopefully come back and get Denmark's. It's Denmark next, yeah. I'll hopefully get their turn in before I call this apart. I think that would be nice. But I'll just go and pause just now. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, cheers. Right, it's me back to finish this part 4. I've been away for quite some time, but I know I was moving on to the Denmark bot, wasn't I? You say that confidently, Grant. Yeah, we just done the Austria bot. So onto the Denmark bot. So yeah, the little dog beside me, so you might hear some noises. Right, Jesse, thank you. Just tugging away at my slippers. So yeah, I think we're going to again come down to just drawing a card, aren't we? They've still got, what's the bot power? Yeah, they gained some bot power, didn't they? They're not under attack. The army's not on the map. No colonists. Yeah, not greater than what they've spent, not greater than what's left. And they do have bot cards left, so I'm going to draw a card. And we'll see what we get. Determined. This prestige track is just getting in the way a little bit. I might consider coming up with, like I say, 2 or 3 dice up in the corner there would just clear that little area away. Why don't you maybe try and do that, Grant? Right, hang on a second. Actually, it's fine. I started bringing some dice out there, but let's just leave it for now. It's just this little corner as well, but Okay, so Denmark bot is bot number 2. So we're drawing a card, weren't we? Yeah. So draw a card, and we get Papal Curia / spy. Right, okay. Now the last time I spent the power right away for that, so I think we'll find out what we're doing first, because it ended up that I did still spend that 1 power, but it got used for a focus action rather than, I mean, I dare say this. Right, and what's that war spy bit? Right, well, Papal Curia is the one that's listed first. No, I think I'm going to spend this now, and if for some reason that this all changes a little, I think it's maybe just the fact that the focus action, you use the cubes to go on the actual focus chart part of the. I don't think anything else will happen. So it's 2. Right, I'm not going to swing around this time. I'm going to spend 2 bot power. This is for the Danes, so they've now spent 4, but remember they gained 2, so they've still got 2, 4, 6. They've still got 7. And then we're going to discard a administrative power, administrative card. So let's swing across, go down the table a bit. So we're going to discard one of these. So we'll see what. Oh, it's another revolutionary idea which we had before, which I thought was quite good actually. That's a bit of a shame. We're not seeing much then. We've got 2 subjugates and 2 revolutionary ideas in the discard pile. But I think they're quite good cards, so I suppose that's not a bad thing. Okay. Right, I just wanted to check. There's the spy action down there, and the Papal Curia action is here. So yeah, I just wondered. It's got war spy. Do you need to be at war for that to happen? Maybe. Let me have a little look here. Okay, just while looking through things, I came across that little bit there, which is kind of useful. I was struggling before, or doubting the fact that how much, we had to pick 2 diplomatic power, I think, and I says, well, does that just convert to 2 bot power? Well, there it's clear. There it says each monarch power as an administrative, diplomatic, or military equals 1 bot power. So there you go. But interesting to look further on, every 5 ducats equals 1 bot power. And it's got maximum of 5. Maximum of 5 power, must be. Okay. Each positive, what is that again? Stability is 1 bot power. Each negative stability is -1 bot power. Each loan, I think that is -1 bot power. Minimum is minimum bot power upon declare a war on bot. Not quite sure what that one means. Right, yeah, I was trying to find out what this war spy bit means. Right, hang on. Okay, I've done the same. I was looking through the solo and bot rules, and it's right on the very front page, the information that I need. So there's the anatomy of a bot card. So first action is top, second action is underneath that line. Action image, you've got, and this is the war action. Now we've got, the one we're looking for is war : spy, but that's showing war military. The action cost, the action card to discard, which we've done a bit of both, but that's exactly the result we got. The bot card ID number is there. So it's a war action part that I was looking at, and just above there you'll see that the war action replaces the action or actions named at the top of the if the bot is at war. Some of the bot cards display an icon signifying that the top action card from one of the action decks should be discarded Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's talking about that, yeah. Sorry. I'm not showing you that. That's talking about the discard bit. But the relevant bit there was the war action bit. Right, sorry. The war action replaces the action named at the top if the bot is at war. Oh, I see. Right. Ah, well. Well, that card's different then. Because I thought the fact that, well, I'll show you the card that we've got in a minute, but this, you would initially want to do convert, and if you couldn't do that, you would do the second action, Papal Curia. However, if they were at war, they would do a military action there. And I think that's what threw me a little bit, because our card that we're looking at just now it's got the same. So you do Papal Curia, and if not, you'll do Spy. However, if you were at war, you would do Spy. So that's slightly different. I think I was it doesn't automatically mean that if you're at war, you do what that second action is, because that wasn't like that on that other card. Okay, well, we're not at war. Denmark anyway, they're not at war. So we've paid the 2 costs, we've discarded the cards, so they're going to do Papal Curia. Well, they're going to try and do that, and if not, then they're going to do Spy. Yeah, I was thinking we'd done this one already, but I don't think we did. We just know it was on the event card, wasn't it? It was the Cardinal Dies thing, wasn't it? Right, so Papal Curia, that's what we're doing. Has Catholic state religion? Yeah, every realm has Catholic state religion, so yes. Is uncontested Papal Controller? No. And just looking up there's only a white cube and a red cube. It's just really a way up the top of the table, that. But Papal Controller, most cardinals on the track, tiebreaker is the leftmost. So I'm not sure if that means that Austria at the moment is the uncontested Papal Controller, or if it is contested because both of them are tied. Well, Grant. Not that that's relevant here, because this is Denmark we're talking about, so they're definitely not the uncontested Papal Controller. But I suppose these things just pop in my head, and I Right, give me a second. Okay, page 46, 19.2, Papal Controller. It does... Well, hang on. I do have a bit more space here now, even though I've still not ditched the prestige bit. So we might as well look. The player with the most cardinals is the Papal Controller. In case of a tie for most cardinals, having the leftmost cardinal breaks the tie. So Austria is the Papal Controller. However, I'll not read the rest of that just now. But the uncontested Papal Controller, if you have uncontested control, at least 2 cardinals, and most cardinals with no tie of the Papal Curia during phase 4, step E. If you have uncontested control. Okay, uncontested control means at least 2 and most, with no tie. So it needs at least 2, because obviously 1 would be a tie with something. Well, not technically. I suppose if the other one was knocked away, you could have 1 and be the only one on the track. So that is saying at least 2. But it could also have 3, but it can't be tied. So you can have 3 and 3. So yeah, so they are not uncontested because there's 1 and 1. Okay. And again, it doesn't matter because this is Denmark that we're doing here, but I like to know that, so the next time I'll know that if it's Austria that gets asked right now if it was uncontested Papal Controller, we'll say, well, no, it's not. Okay, so moving on. Is uncontested Papal Controller? No. Is Papal Controller in age 1 or 2? and can use excommunication to remove an opponent's cardinal. Well, we're in age 1. Excommunication. Page 46 as well. No, it's... Yeah, it was the same page as where I was, yeah. Right, hang on. So, papal actions. In each round of ages 1 and 2, the papal controller may perform one papal action once the crusade / excommunicated token has been placed on the board. No more papal action may be performed for the remainder of that round. Excommunicate ruler. Place an excommunicated token on the targeted Catholic realm's capital. A player realm whose ruler is excommunicated loses 1. Okay. So this is an action. I need to look at the bot stuff for this. I don't recall reading this one before. Excommunicate ruler. Okay, these are papal actions. Right. This is new to me. Right, I don't like to leave the book folded over like that. It's going to crush it. So, papal actions in each round of ages 1 and 2. Well, it's not happened yet. So this looks like an action that can be taken by the player as well. I mean, I know we're playing solo here, but it looks like this is an action can be taken for 2 diplomatic power, or the Call Crusade. There are 2 diplomatic power as well. I just don't recall sort of reading them, and of course these are not maybe basic actions. Yeah, it's not part of the actions, this, is it? Okay, looks like another one that you're kind of missing on here. Right, so I believe that they can do this, but let's see how the bot deals with this. So it says, as uncontested papal controller. Oh, I've jumped. No, that's right. I went right. As uncontested papal controller, no. As papal controller, yes. In age 1 or 2, yes. And can use excommunication to remove an opponent's cardinal. What did it say about excommunicate ruler? Right, hang on. Okay, I can't find my way through this one. This is not something that I've seen on any of the video footage that I've watched. That's not to say that there's not video footage with this happening, but as uncontested people, right, let's just double check. Has Catholic state religion? Yes. Is uncontested papal controller? No. Is papal controller? Well, yes. In age 1 or 2 and can use excommunication to remove an opponent's cardinal. Well, I think this is a yes. That's all I can come out with, because I looked at the excommunicate ruler part, and yeah, I don't see why it's stopping us. I mean, if we were playing a 2-player game right now, I guess we could do this, yeah. This is kind of, it's a strange action, this. I didn't know this was here, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this at all. in anything that I've watched. And yeah, I'm very much green to this game, and probably stepped in sooner than I should have. But as I've mentioned a couple of times, it sat on my table before, and I didn't get around to doing anything with it. So I wanted to get a move in, and I feel by hitting record and start playing through, it helps me play the game. But yeah, okay. So I think this can work. So what does it say? It says excommunicate opponent. Opponent loses 1 prestige and 1 cardinal and must discard 4 influence from Catholic areas. And then that's going to end turn. There's a... What it says in the rulebook here is place an excommunicated token on the targeted Catholic realm's capital. A player realm whose ruler is excommunicated loses 1 prestige, 1 cardinal from the Papal Curia track. They must discard 4 influence from Catholic areas. The Roma cannot be removed. While the excommunicated token is in play, all Catholic realms have an excommunication CB, which is what is that again? Casus Belli, whether that's how it's pronounced or not. And then it refers you to page 22 there. The excommunicated token remains in play until phase 4, step E. Phase 4, step E. Okay, yeah. So that's after... I suppose we're not too far away from that, because we're nearing the end of the round, I suppose. Page 22, and I was there having a look before. It says, if your realm is Catholic and the Curia controller has excommunicated the ruler of another realm, you have a CB against that realm for as long as the excommunicated token is in play. This token is removed during phase 4, step E. Right. Well, all I can do with this is go ahead and do this. So they're going to do this to Denmark, because they can't do it to me, because I've not got a cardinal up there. Okay, so with using a mixture of the rules in the main rulebook and the bot rules, the additional thing that's added from the main rulebook is placing the excommunicated token on the targeted Catholic realm's capital, which is here, isn't it? Copenhagen. Oh yeah, I got a comment from Martin's telling me that these names are maybe the names that they're pronounced, they're called over there, where they are. They're the names that, or they're spelled and pronounced in that way, rather than, which I never thought about. There is some sort of strange, well, yeah, maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, looking around, it's quite possible in that, well, I think he's from he's from Sweden, isn't he? So he'll have some idea about the names up that way. So I'm going to put this on there then. And yeah, I'm just, like I say, I've not seen or heard anything about this rule, so they'll lose 1 prestige. So I'm going to put their marker on because they were on 0 prestige as well. So they're all about the minuses down there. Right, now there was a bit of a struggle for me to find one of the markers. That'll do. So they've got a -1 as well in prestige, and Austria have got a -2, and we are way out in front with 4, not minus, just +4. So we're rocking it. And then you remove he loses 1 cardinal from the Papal Curia track. So we will stretch up there and grab that. So that goes back in his supply. And And they must discard 4 influence from Catholic areas. And that token remains in play. And causes a casus belli for us against them, I think, up until that fate. I don't think that's going to come into effect. Right, sorry, we need to remove 4 influence. Wow. From the Catholic areas, but I mean, are they not all Catholic anyway? Sweden's Catholic and Norway's Catholic, yes. So bot rules when I'm targeting, when I'm removing things. Hang on. I think we just go in the alphabetical order here again. I was going to start maybe looking a bit more into that. I can't find anything about like how you would remove or even add influence. But I mean, the province, area and C-zone selection says when given the option to select a province, area or C-zone, always do it in alphabetical order if no other preference is given. I just feel like I might be skipping a step there. But I can't find anything else. Well, what would that mean? We're going to remove 4 of them. So that's T, that's O, that's V, that's S. So, and that's G. So Gotland and Skane, and then Ostlandet would be the 4 to remove, I think. Well, hang on, what is that one? That's Pomerania, isn't it? So no, so it'd be it'd be Gotland and then Ostlandet alphabetically. Okay, I'm going to go for it then. So we're going to remove these. Like I say, this feels very new to me. Don't feel like I've seen any of that in play. Well, it's come at the end of the video, which is probably quite good, and probably the end of the night for me, so I can at least wrap things up there. And that was the end of their turn as well, wasn't it? Once they'd done that, they were done. Papal Curia, excommunicate, opponent loses, yeah, and then end turn. Yeah, okay. So, and we're, up to an hour or so. So it is going to be actually I should mark something to remind me. Although I'm showing the first player, that's only for this round. Well, I know it's me to go next. I can always look back in the video. I should be okay with that. I probably should use something to track that. Whether it's just maybe a blue, a red, or a white counter, or a dice or something like that. But okay, I know it's me that's going to come back and do something next turn. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I mean, I still have power left, and we still could do the change national focus. In fact, we've not got a couple of cards where we'll be happy to discard. Maybe to grab one of these subjugates. I think we should probably do that. Yeah, there was some other thing about having more diplomatic power, but I can't remember what it was. I mentioned that already, I think, but anyway. And of course the other thing is, if you do pass first, remember, you get 5 ducats, so that's something to think of. Was it something to do with us? No, that's a lot to do, but it was probably something to do with leading up to that to do. I mean, we do have the influence across here now to do an alliance. Was it something to do with having an alliance? Maybe. Forge alliance. What does that cost? It costs 1 to 3. It costs half the target's tax income, but it's rounded up, maximum of 3. Yeah, well, we need. Yeah, maybe that was that, because we've only got 1. We would need 2 diplomatic power, so it might have been that, because remember he's got 1, 2, 3, half to 1.5, but rounded up to 2. So that's how much it would cost us to put an alliance marker in there. It cost us 2 diplomatic power, so maybe that's what I was thinking. Okay, well, I'll get away for now. I thought I might have been able to get another bit in tonight, but I probably shouldn't. It's getting a little late, but I'm starting to get into it. But then I got a bit bogged down there at the end again with not knowing what was going on there. That Papal Curia excommunication thing, and I certainly don't feel that comfortable that I got that right. But what can you do? That's the whole point. Like I say, I've decided the videos have got to go out on BGG now, because that's more than likely where the guys are that know a lot more about the game. They're not going to be sitting on my channel, so I'm not saying there might be some there for sure, but I might get more answers and just comments on things, Okay, I'll be back. I should get back tomorrow. Don't let it start neglecting my other games. Yeah, somebody pointed out that is that 3 games you've got on the go, Grant? And it's like, yeah, a bit crazy, isn't it? And that's what can happen, that the other games get left because you get into one and none of them are simple games. So I'm not trying to say I'm some kind of genius here that can, these guys that play chess against so many people and that, forget that. I'm sitting here playing at my own time and leisure. However, having 3 games on the go is probably is a bit silly. So don't want to neglect them. Well, one of them I'd asked a question about and I haven't had an answer. So I was kind of waiting on that one coming back, but unconditional surrender. I also feel like when I want to sit down to that again, I want to print out the new rules that have been uploaded, the new latest 11 rules, so that I'm up to date with that. So, but there's nothing to stop you from maybe doing that tomorrow, Grant, before you come upstairs and all that. Anyway, no doubt I'll be back for a part of this tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, it's good just now. I'm still not sure what I'm doing half the time, but I'm enjoying it. I'm wanting to progress, so we'll pod on for now. Okay, cheers.